Okay, well, we'll get started again. First of all, hello. I need to apologize. I'm a little behind. I had 3 curriculum meetings in Indianapolis at the central office this week, so I've been out of the office 3 of the 5 days. I want to talk a little bit about tests. This week we were talking about test and test anxiety. Let's talk for just a second. First of all, never but never let grades or test scores define you. There's lots of reasons why you may not do well on a test. One is obviously not being prepared. Another is test anxiety. Another is you didn't anticipate the kinds of things that might be on the test. There's a myriad reasons why you may not do well on a test. Key point here is don't let tests define you. The real issue when we talk as a college about how do we know whether or not we're doing a good job, it's not tests or scores or grades. It's what do you say in 5 years when you contact us and say, you know, I was pretty well prepared for what I got into. What do the businesses where you go to work say to us in terms of your preparation to work? Those are things that define the kind of work that we do here. And another thing, I don't know if you've really looked at this, so let's take this apart. Let's talk about the quizzes that you have. Take 10 quizzes, 10 tests in this class. I hope you've paid attention to the fact that is 20% of your grade. So if it's 20% of your grade and there are 10 of them, roughly if we break that down, how many points would that be per test? 2. So if you do badly on one test, 2 points, potentially 2 points, out of 20% of a grade, final grade in the class. Those are the kinds of things you want to kind of pay attention to and know what's going on. I had a couple of errors in the attendance. I think I got those fixed. Still having problems with a fair number of you not understanding what a reflection is. One page. The only thing on the page is one reflection. Do not put more than one reflection on a page. Label the reflection. Tell me not only what chapter it is, but what reflection it is. So it's try it 1. I need to know what chapter. You also help yourself a great deal if you name the exercise. So, you know, try it 1, chapter 2, exercise on whatever the name of the exercise is. Help yourself on that. It really makes things work a lot better. Just a note, don't let the questions be part of your reflection paper. So in the tryouts, when you do tryouts, they ask you questions, and then it gives you some information back. That's what I want you to reflect on. Don't reflect on the questions. I don't need a rehash of what the questions were. I need a rehash of what effect did any of that have on you. How did it impact you? Did it strike a chord in your mind? That's what I want to know. And that works in the case of, it works in the nickel and dimed, and it works in all of the tryouts. What you're doing is you're telling me when I did this exercise, I learned something about myself. It was interesting to see how many of you picked up some tips on test taking in the chapter we just completed. The penalties for being late, and by that I mean the already late, are going to get even more severe. So you don't want to let late go on beyond 1 week because as it gets later and later, the grades, even when submitted, go down. Now let me repeat. It's a lot better to get a 59 or a 50 on an assignment that's late than to get a 0 because that assignment was never turned in. Think about that. Get those assignments in. Also, for some of you, you go along and you skip an assignment. So during a week, if there are 6 assignments, you'll do 1, 2, 3. 4 won't be there. Then you do 5, 6, the case of, and nickel and dime. Make sure you have turned in a reflection paper for every assignment. 80N. All right. Australia. Bronson. You guys rock. You're doing really, really well. Needful. Sunny. Zen. For Life. Nurse Bree. Gonzo. Good work. That's all you folks in 80N. You're doing well. Keep up the good work. grades are going up, things are getting better, the way to do it. 81N, Mother, Clark, Delilah, Nursing One, you guys rock too. Way to go. Nice job. You're doing well. Keep up the good work. And Sharkbait, Cha-Cha, anyways, you are doing good work also. Just keep it up. You're on your way. And those who I didn't name, you're within striking distance. If you are turning in assignments, you are within striking distance. Also, some of you, the only reason you're not up there is because you're not turning in assignments. Turn in the assignments. That makes the numbers go up. That's what we're looking for, is to see those numbers go up and that you do better each time. What else did I want to mention? We have got grades doing well. Oh, on the volunteer, the service learning. Because I was in the central office, I'm still looking through some of the things. I'll send something back. Remember, it's got to be a social service, human social service, not animals. It's got to be a nonprofit, and it's got to be something that serves people, and you can see the people being served and partake of that. Now, be real careful. This time of year, we get a lot of people who want to volunteer at their child's daycare. You know, if you're paying money for your child's daycare, it's real iffy. Sometimes a social service agency does daycare, but a lot of times those are for-profit agencies. So be really, really careful about that. You should pretty well have in mind what you want to do, and that's all settled and everything is A-OK on that, and I'll get back to you and tell you go or no go as soon as I get through all of those this week. If I do not have your project approved and you turn in something without approval, prior approval, it's at your own risk and jeopardy. Okay? What do we have? We have the end of February coming up this week. You know, time change is coming up real soon, too. In March, we have sectional basketball time, so that means there's one more good blizzard left in Indiana. If you're a basketball fan, you know what I mean. And I just got done listening to the Bloomington South Detroit Country Day basketball game. Number 4 in the country, Detroit Country Day. Number 5 in the country, Bloomington South. South won. Way to go. South is still undefeated. What a great game, and I hope if any of you are basketball fans, you realize how good it was to see that level of competition. Keep up the good work. You're doing nicely, and I got to tell you, your writing is, I'm very pleased with the quality of the writing. You may not realize this, but all the writing you're doing in this class is going to help you in those English classes a little farther down the line, because it's, number 1, critical thinking. Number 2, it's almost intensive writing. And the more writing you do, the better off you're going to be in the rest of your college career. So have a great week, and we'll talk to you again next week.